Wow.
With what?
It says people with low self-esteem may enter an identity crisis when they receive affection. I've experienced someone like that before. Like they're just so like.
Oh, the person was like
yeah,
that?
the person, yeah.
What do you mean? There was what?
Compliments highlight the gap between how they are viewed and how they feel about themselves, making them feel misunderstood and pressured to fulfill others' high expectations. Well, you know what it was? I was with someone who had a major insecurity, and I don't think they thought that I could love them through whatever was making them insecure. Imagine a girl that has like terrible acne or something, and you just fall for her. You're just like, wow, I really love this person because their personality, how they make me feel, whatever, how they support me. And then she can't get past the fact that she has the acne, so she like basically self-sabotages and does things because she can't believe that you could really love her just because of her appearance that she has an issue with. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've experienced that before.
That's weird. I told y'all on the phone yesterday when I was like, leave me.
Was it the high school? Yeah, it was the high school trick. Right. I'm no good for you.
But mine wasn't like an insecurity. Mine was just like I was a bad person. Like I was just like a terrible.
Whenever I feel like I'm done with a relationship, I think this is what women do, right? Well, not all women, but when a woman is done, with a relationship, she could be a bitch, because then I become that person that's just like, it's not you, it's me. Leave me alone. Like doing anything possible. Like,
I don't want you here.
Yeah. And you know, when you really are done with somebody, you can say some real nasty things. I've worked on that. I think I had to do like self-therapy or something because.
Yeah. That's cool. Self-therapy should be a thing because nobody does it.
Mm-hmm. And like sometimes you have to really be aware of the things that you do and say. Like, for example, like talking shit about people, right? Like you ever like see somebody in the street, you laugh at them or something. I think I used to have a little issue with doing that when I was younger because I have a best friend that would do it. So I kind of got, comfortable with doing it. And then as I got older, I just had to literally tell myself, yo, don't do that. Don't talk to people. Don't think about people like that. Don't be so negative. I had to really make myself become more of a positive person because I think I used to like do negative things. And
you were a bully.
I wasn't a bully.
That's a bully.
I wasn't a bully. Inside my brain maybe, but not out loud. I was actually the hero. I would always like be there for people who were being bullied. I didn't like to see people be bullied.
But you're laughing at them.
Not them, just other things. Just stop.
You were a bully. It's all right.
I wasn't a bully.
I was a bully.
I bet you were.
I was a bully, like sometimes, and I worked on it too because.
Yeah, you have to work on things.
It's not good.
Like your flaws, it's like if I want to be a better person and I want like to continue to have good karma and for the universe to love me as much as the universe does, I have to make sure that I'm healing certain things and being a better person. Like how you treat people, the things you do, for other people or whatever,
I also think like there's like I feel like there's different types of bullies, right? There's the verbal bullies, the you're not good enough bullies. Like you laugh at them because their outfit, or you laugh at them because the way their hair is, or the way they are, the way they sit. You know what I'm saying? But then you got the physical bullies. I wasn't a physical bully.
Okay.
I was like that pick on you bully. You know what I'm saying? Which is bad. There is a situation. What? I was really, really ruthless.
That's crazy.
Really, but that's the problem that I had was because the way I was taught was like, say it. If that's what you think, say it. Yeah. Because that's just what, and it's not always good. But then when you use that as ammo, what? And then don't let me get into an argument with you.
You gonna go ham.
Yeah, let me find out. Let me find out that.
Roast. I don't like getting roasted.
That your mom doesn't like you. I will tell you that in an argument.
Use it as ammo. Yeah.
Your mother hates you. You know this, right?
I hate.
This is why I hate you too. Like,
wow.
But I had to work on that because to me it was always a competition on who could offend each other more.
The worst, yeah.
Yeah, and I usually won. But.
See, me, I hold things in until it needs to be like said. Like I will hold all of the nasty, aggressive things until one argument, and then I'll just say it all. But I don't just say mean things all the time. Well, I used to. I'm not that person anymore.
No, we're not that person.
But with the bullying thing, like I was never a bully or anything like that. I was always the only child. I was the only child for a long time, so I always wanted friends. I didn't have siblings. I always wanted like people to like me. I always wanted to be like, like And then I was so used to being my mom's, like my dad's spoiled daughter and my mom's, everyone like spoiled me and made me feel like I could do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a star. My dad still to this day calls me True Star or Star, whatever. So, you know, growing up, I always like felt like I had to be the best or I had to be great or I had to whatever, you know? And being like nice to people was a part of like, that's why I can't say that I ever was a bully, but I would think like negative things in my head sometimes. But I don't think I was ever really a bully though, because I wanted friends, because I didn't have anybody else to be cool with. So
At home?
yeah, it was just me and my dolls. So, you know, I would do anything for friends.
That's detrimental.
Yeah, I know. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to 8 at the Table. It's your girl, Jada B. I'm back, baby. I was in Miami, but I'm back home, and I'm ready to give you guys the best topics this season. So today, I'm with my co-host.
I don't like this co-host word, but Rico, right? Yeah, and Jada is back, unfortunately, but it's great. Her energy is here.
Anyways, back to the star. So today we're going to be talking about the dark side of love. Those people that can give love but don't know how to receive it. They don't know how to accept affection, or they don't know how to let someone in. And I'm going to start with asking Rico, do you think you have a dark side of love, and can you recognize it?
Yeah, yes, I can recognize my dark side of love. And if we go into layers of it, it does stem from not receiving or being able to receive love, and then it goes deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I did and do recognize it. But like I said, it all goes back to childhood. You know, love wasn't important to me, and it's still not that important to me, but it's appreciated now. Before it wasn't important and it wasn't appreciated.
Gotcha.
I didn't need it. I was living with it or without it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I was still gonna do what I had to do with it or without it. And I was always loved though. You know what I'm saying? I was always loved. Like I was a cool kid, so I was loved by my peers. You know, I was loved by my family. But I always had pressure on me too, because I was always good at what I was doing, so everybody wanted me to be the best, right? So I was always getting that love, but that love was never like an emotional love.
Right.
So now I've come to grits that I have a lot of logical love. And so when it comes to receiving emotional love from an emotional lover, it gets hard for me to actually accept it because I don't identify with it. But now that
Is it because of the commitment it comes with?
no, it's just because like
That was never your love language.
yeah, I can understand that you love me. You don't have to tell me that you love me. Like a lot of people need to be told that they're loved to know that they're loved. A lot of people need to be touched. A lot of people need to be hugged and have certain gestures to know that they're loved. I can know that you love me without those gestures. From a logical standpoint, if you spend enough time teaching me, to me that automatically shows you have some type of love for me. You know, rather than you teaching me and then also hugging me and also like, you know, kisses on the cheek. Like my mom is like, give me a kiss before. I'm like, Ma, stop,
No,
I don't need a kiss.
Right.
This stopped at like 3rd grade, maybe
Right.
even less. Like I'm good. I'm gonna go to school. I gotta go be great. I'll see you later.
I think that some people don't know how to love because of maybe their upbringing. A lot of people have had, you know, been shown different kinds of love in their childhood or, you know, whatever. And I think most people have a survival thing that kicks in more than anything. Like, you know, like they're not thinking about love. They're thinking about, all right, I got to survive. I got to do what I got to do. And, you know, because they lacked love growing up. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, love don't live here, basically. I just got to make sure I'm good. I got to make sure I'm straight. So when somebody shows you love, it's kind of like, that's not going to last. They're not going to, you know, they don't mean that. Or, you know, they try to run away from it because maybe in their childhood, you know, they were in a foster care, or maybe in their childhood they were, you know, abused or whatever. And I think sometimes, and it doesn't always have to be that serious, but, you know, maybe anything. Maybe they didn't live with their mom. Maybe they were raised with people that weren't their real parents, or aunts, uncles, whatever. So I think sometimes people have more of like a survival mode that kicks in.
But also, right, like for me personally, I've watched a lot of men fall or prolong their journey to their destination because they prioritize love too soon. And that's what I think is the biggest thing for me, right? I was focused at a very young age. Like I gotta get out of my living situation. I don't care about the love part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know that you love me. I don't need you to keep telling me that you love me, right? Because I need to focus on where I need to go first. Once I get there, maybe things will be different, which could be why I'm now more lenient. Now I'm more open and receptive to it, right? Because I'm getting to the spot in my life that I always saw myself.
Right.
But when you watch people lose everything over love, I had and rest in peace, Pro. His funeral's tomorrow. One of my friends, who became a close friend in a short amount of time, he was just killed 2 weeks ago. That stemmed from love.
Sorry to hear that.
It's all right, thank you. And you know, he loved that girl so much, and then that girl knew how to get him mad, and that mad led to him to do something that led to something else to happen, what ultimately took his life. And that's why it's so, like, you have to be so careful with how you prioritize love. And sometimes having love or being in love is scary, not because, you know, you're shy or you're traumatized from it, but it's scary because you don't want to lose yourself in it.
Right.
You know?
It's funny because me and Alan were just having a conversation about that, and it's like a euphoric feeling, but it doesn't. It's like the situation with your friend. It's like, you know, are you really sometimes willing to risk it all for that temporary moment sometimes? And like, for example, Alan gave me an example the other night and was saying, you know, you can get angry at somebody and it can escalate because of that emotion that you're dealing with in that moment that is just for now and it doesn't always last. And, you know, you could end up going to jail for a long time over something like that.
It's like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And even like with being in love, like, you know, going back to the dark side of love, like I've experienced loving somebody so much and then sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I've experienced loving somebody like so deeply, but then when I'm angry or when things are not going the way that I expect it to, I'm ready to just sabotage everything. I just want to like end it. I just want to break a window, key a car, slash a tire. And it's just like, you know, I'm just saying, like I'm not saying in this moment, I mean, now at this age, I'm just like, that's what I've experienced. That's the dark side of love that I used to feel.
The flip side of it.
Yeah, the flip side. It's like, you made me feel this way and you can't get away with it.
Yeah.
I don't want you to get away with how you just made me feel. So whatever I can do to make you, you know, feel what I'm feeling, I'm going to make sure it happens. And sometimes that's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So,
Dangerous as hell, especially when you're playing with somebody like me.
yeah, or if you fighting somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or, you know, like, imagine walking in on the person that you love having sex with somebody else. What do you do in that moment?
I'd probably get rid of my spouse, but I'd dap up the dude, like, good job, because I would do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you can have
You got it.
Now, me
Right.
now, do
I really love this girl? Like, love?
Yeah.
Like,
in love.
if I'm in
And you
love,
don't want the dude to pull out and shoot you or whatever, anything.
I would never be mad at a guy having sex with my woman.
Because
Never.
it's her fault, obviously.
It's her
Unless
fault.
you know the dude.
Even
That's
if
different.
if I know him, I still not that mad at him.
Really?
Because men are dogs. I know men are dogs.
They're gonna
I
take
have
an
low
opportunity.
expectations for, and the women that I typically have are very beautiful, and I know that they're heavily sought. So at the end of the day,
People gonna try.
people are gonna try. It's inevitable. So I won't really be mad. So but I will be like so mad at my girl. Like
Right.
I
How could you
probably,
betray me? Like, what
It's
is
tough,
it?
right?
If I walk in, that means you're in my crib. First of all,
Disrespect.
like,
But do you
like-
instantly turn it on to yourself? Like, what am I doing wrong
No, I
that would make you
never
want to
would.
violate me like
Absolutely.
that?
And I think that's the problem with when people, the dark side of love,
Mm-hmm.
is the dark side of love is that people try to blame themselves when things
Themselves.
aren't going right
Right.
in a relationship, and that's only because you love that person so much.
So it's like,
And I
you
think,
start feeling like you're not enough, maybe? Or,
yep,
Absolutely not. There's a lot you just don't see. That's why, you know, it's like it could turn
Absolutely
you into
not.
a monster.
It could
But
never be
at
me.
the end of the day, if you walk in, it's like blaming yourself for a thief stealing.
Yeah.
you can't, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't want to use the word hoe for men or women, I'm saying, but if you're with a person who's a hoe, like, why are you mad? The person's doing what
Should
they're
have
doing.
known what to expect.
Yeah, and women
people
usually
aren't gonna change their ways.
men that are hoes, and they be like, why you gotta be like
Right.
that?
Thinking that they were gonna.
I'm
be
not
enough
gonna
to
switch
change
this topic, but I just thought about this because that kind of just made me think about it. Like, yo, men never get the excuse to be like, you wasn't making me feel right at home, so I cheated. Right? We never get that excuse. But if a man is not treating his girl right, she gets the excuse, well, you wasn't showing me emotional intelligence. Then
Intelligence.
And he
You
was.
wasn't hugging me, and you wasn't paying
Well,
attention.
she's tapped out at that point anyway,
Bruh.
so she doesn't really care about your feelings. Once a woman gets to that point where she's having sex with somebody in the house, she was already done. You should have just seen the signs.
But here, I have a
should've
question
left.
for you, right? If
Well,
a
why didn't
girl-
she leave, though?
In a girl's mind, if she goes out and she smashes some dude, is it really in her head like she's just gonna come back home like nothing happened and she's over it? Or is people's minds more like, oh, you did that, it happened, it's over, let's move on? Or people's like, well, if you gave that, that means you want that. You're just gonna keep wanting it all the time.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
I don't have the answer.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if your man cheated on you with a stripper one night, he
Right.
hit a stripper, would you be mad?
No. Be honest.
Obviously, I'm gonna be upset.
But would you be as upset if he cheated with a coworker that he's been with for
I'm
a
gonna
long
be
time?
mad regardless.
Both equally.
Yeah, equally.
Equally?
I don't know. I don't
What if
know,
you paid the
guys, because
stripper?
I've never had that experience.
What if he paid the stripper?
I've never had the experience. I can't tell you. If I tell you something right now, I would be lying because I don't know how I would be upset either way. I
Well-
don't care who it is. You had sex on me, and that's just that. I don't care who it is.
So let me break this down. If my girl went on a girl's trip and she slept with somebody, would I be mad? Absolutely. I'd be enraged, right? But I would be even more enraged. I'll be even more enraged if it was a relationship that was established throughout a common environment. So if they're working together, or maybe her schedule lines up where every Saturday she's grocery shopping, and
That
she's
hurts.
now it's like,
That's a
damn.
relationship.
You know
That
what?
is a
It's
relationship.
called
That is a-
premeditated murder.
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's a whole relationship, though.
It
like,
is.
That's tough.
And then I guess everybody's different because I don't tolerate. If you're gonna cheat, then go do you.
Even if he paid for it?
I mean, unless if it's with me, all right, cool. But if you're just gonna go do it behind my back, and then I had to find out, it's not like you
What if he
came and was
tells you?
honest about it. If you come and tell me, I don't know, I might be like, all right, don't do it again. Don't do that shit again. But I don't know. I really don't know. And it depends on what's going on in our relationship. Like at the same time, like, am I stressed out about other shit too? And then you go and do that? Because if that's the case, then you doing too much. But you know, if things are good in our relationship and you slip up and you come and tell me without me having to find out, then maybe that's different.
And so I want
But that's funny because men won't do that for this. If the woman comes and be like, I slipped up, I cheated, men will never take her back.
that's cap.
That's not true.
That is-
Really?
Men
But you know what the
people
thing
men
is?
cheat more than
Men,
people
yeah,
think.
here's the thing. Men and women are different when it comes to their spouse cheating. And you know why? If a man gets cheated on and he decides to stay, he's taking it to the grave. Nobody's gonna
Nobody's
know.
gonna
If a guy cheats on a
That's not
girl,
always true.
she calls all of her friends, her parents, whoever,
parents, her
cousin,
pastor, her niece and them.
yeah, everybody now knows.
His mic?
His chains.
Oh.
Oh, it's Jada's hair.
How you know it's my hair? You always want to blame me.
Because I
Steve.
saw your hair on top of the mic, and I was gonna tell you.
I'm literally sweating, guys.
You just can't. You gotta flip the other side. You
How
can't.
about now?
No, I heard her on and off, but it was just rubbing.
Yeah, because her hair was on top of the mic, and I knew that. And I should have said that because I'm a professional.
Well, you're not that professional. You
How
didn't
about
say
right
it.
now?
I just, it's remember I told you when you just start shooting the basketball, you shoot a couple bricks first?
First, yeah, and then once you get in there, you be like, all right, I'm good.
Like, yeah, all right, I got this.
No, but no, you can leave. No, if the mic is on, you can leave my questions. What I'm doing is I'm trying to minimize how much questions I ask and let them do the majority of the talking. But since I'm mic'd, you could leave it in the shot because you're able to hear the audio. I just don't want to talk too much. I just
I like it.
So I'll just push just more.
What was I saying before I was interrupted by Jada's mic?
More men.
Oh, well, take it to the grave.
They'll take it to the grave. They won't say nothing.
But
It's humiliating.
It is, but at the same time, it's humiliating, but men understand that cheating is reality.
Yeah.
So, like, it's like, yo, if she really cheated on me, I ain't gonna tell nobody.
It's humiliating to women too. Sometimes I feel like men treat us like we're not human like them. Like for example, I was saying this the other night. Like I feel like you don't agree with racism, and when we talk about how certain races treated other races like animals, knowing that we the same species, and like it's crazy because we have the same emotions. You want to fuck bitches and get money. Sometimes we want to fuck get money too. Like I don't understand why
Wow.
y'all act like y'all emotions are just only you can feel it. We're human too. So the same shit you feel, we feel that
It
shit
depends
too.
on your nature, though. I think. Like, I got a question for both of y'all.
Okay.
Do you know your nature? And how is it important to know? To me, when I use the word nature, what comes natural to you, right?
Yeah.
Should you know your nature or the person you're with? Should you know their nature? Meaning that if a guy is a get money dude, not because he's trying to be a get money dude, that's just his nature. That's who he is. He's always gonna do his thing. That's who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
He's never going to change. And the same thing with a woman. So when you put those two people together, their natures don't go with each other.
Right.
Yeah.
So your nature may be
And I think that's just what it is. I think everyone just has a different nature, and you just have to accept that. Some women are gonna be, okay, I'm a woman that's like, I'm waiting for marriage. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I was brought up, and I'm never gonna veer away from that. You know, like I'm never gonna. I'm not gonna have a. No, I'm saying some women are like this. Like I'm never gonna have a whole phase, or I'm never gonna like step away from what I was taught growing up or whatever. And then you have some people like it's in their nature where like I just want to have fun, and if the right person comes around, they'll come around, and like or like some girls like I'm waiting for the right guy to take care of me, or some girls is I want to be independent. Like
I don't think that's nature.
you think that's what just
That's called influence.
okay.
And I think a lot of people are confusing
too?
your nature, versus your influence.
You're just saying that because I just confused it kind of. So you
No,
trying to be funny?
No, I'm not. I'm saying,
You trying to be funny?
No, 'cause-
okay, I probably fucked up.
No, you didn't. You said it right, because here's the thing. There's people that think that it's their nature to want to have fun and be aloof. No, it's not your nature. You just, there are certain influences that are probably around you, or it could be the lack of responsibilities that you might have had. There's a lot of variables
you
that
saw
go into
growing
it.
up, you know?
But like what I'm saying is when we're talking about nature,
Nature.
for example, if there's a girl who's been treated like she walks in this room, right, from when she was 7 to when she was 25 to when she was 35, no matter, whenever she walked in this room, you felt her aura. And you gave her automatic respect. That's her nature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's girls who like even when she was 5, 10, and this sounds crazy, don't kill me on this, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever, she had a sex appeal, but not like on a children thing, but like she had that, so as she grew into a woman, she was sexy no matter what she put on. She could put on
she had just that vibe.
she had that, that was her nature.
Right.
But then when we start to confuse nature versus influence, like there's a lot of people, guys, right? Let's go flip side on the guys, who want to be that guy.
So bad.
But they're
But
not
that's
that
not
guy.
natural. It's not
Yeah,
natural. So
but
it's
they're
not their nature.
influenced because maybe they're around men that are that guy.
yeah.
Maybe they're on social media where they keep on seeing that guy. Maybe they got a couple of dollars so they feel like that guy.
Yes,
But you're still not that guy. That's not your nature.
I'm gonna give you kudos on that. Thank you for educating me a little bit.
Listen, this is what we
but
do.
it's true. Do you think it's easier to find love if you're naturally yourself? But what if you're being yourself, right? Everybody like, be yourself. What if you're just not cool, bro?
Yeah.
Like, should you improve yourself?
Improve yourself.
Improve, yeah.
What does that mean? Like go take some classes or go take a etiquette class if you're a girl that's ghetto?
Yeah, like say for example, if you're a guy and you
girl
get
that's
high
ghetto.
anxiety and nerves talking to girls, right? You get really high anxiety. Should you educate yourself? Because it's a process. You have to speak to women.
Yeah.
So maybe you should go learn. And I'm going to say one. If you're a woman, maybe you should study how to keep a man. Like, learn how to keep a man and the type of man you can keep. Because you might not be able to keep the man you want.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
I agree with that.
learning to keep a man is something that maybe we could talk about. And nobody's agreeing with Michael Blackson, even though, we could say
Well, I don't know.
because his girl let him his woman let him have a side chick once a month or whatever. Maybe to her, she wants to keep her man.
and that's what
And that's the requirement.
and that's their love language.
Look, Jada, Will wanted to keep Jada. And what was part of those requirements?
Look crazy.
It's a little crazy, right? But I think there's a difference in who's winning. But but what I will say is, I think that exactly it is that people need to understand what they want and what it takes to be what they want.
I agree with that.
Right? If you want a man who is, making millions of dollars a year, you most likely can't be combative.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to deal with it.
Yeah, you have to be extremely
Yeah.
submissive more than likely.
Combative is probably the
No.
first elimination that you're gonna.
Yeah. Because I'm not dealing with that.
Unless you meet a man that's into dominatrix.
That's
But that's it.
Okay,
Fine. That'll probably only be like in the bedroom.
Right. Okay. Fine.
But same thing with the woman, right? On the flip side, if you want a woman who is very goal oriented and striving to be things like on a high pedestal, you can't be a guy who's comfortable making 50,000 and not trying to elevate.
But what if?
Go ahead. No, you go first.
Most guys just want some of these girls on Instagram that they'll be like.
That was me.
right?
I confessed to her earlier.
But question is this, right? What if you got her?
I don't want her. I haven't had them.
But what if you got her? Then what you gonna do with it? That's the same thing with dudes. Dudes, all right, cool. You know what? God bless you. Boom, you got her. Yeah. She's yours. She's yours. Now what?
I have a friend that has experienced that, where he got one of the baddest chicks on, the gram, based off of, common opinion. And that person just turned them off completely.
What do you mean?
Because the ambition wasn't there, had no goals, complaining about, I don't know what I'm gonna do, things are not going my way, I'm not making the money I'm used to making, and thinking that they were gonna be saved. And that just completely turned that man off, because it's like, all right, what do you have planned for your future? What was your end goal? What did you want to be in life? You know what I'm saying? So
she is being what she want to be in life, a baddie.
Yeah, a bad bitch, yeah.
That's
but
it.
some people, but you should be able to see through that. So you should be able to say, what I don't understand sometimes with men is why can't you just pick a girl that's educated, she works at the pharmacy, and she wants to become whatever. And why can't you just say, all right, she's a beautiful girl, and if you then want a bad bitch, then say, all right, you want your stomach done? Why can't you? Yeah, if she wants to glow up, then help her glow up.
Rehab her.
This is the thing.
I don't know, help her.
Being a bad bitch on Instagram and social media is the equivalent to being a drug dealer. That's the same thing when a girl's like,
short-lived.
Get out there. Yeah, it's just short-lived success story. And then they're at the top of the pedestal for a decade.
10 years is the most, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
but even still, a lot of people are getting their body done and thinking all of a sudden they're a bad bitch when they don't even have
Yeah,
they're
I've seen some.
insecure, and they're
about to say.
you're not even, you did all of that for no reason. You thought you were just gonna get you a boss dude because you got your body done and now you look good, but you still act like
A 4.
Weirdo.
You still act like a 4.
Yeah.
Well, that's
you have
people who are fat, like huge. Like that girl, one of our guests came. I'm not fat shaming, no fat phobia.
I just caught it.
No fat phobia.
No fat phobia, yeah.
But when she walked in here, Rico invited her. She came through.
Oh yeah.
And
I didn't even know that.
this is a beautiful girl.
Even shout out Desiree. Desiree was very heavy too.
Really?
Very heavy.
Desiree
Yeah.
who?
I don't think that leaves you.
But here's the
I'll show
thing.
you them. We'll put it.
It does not lead you. You're right, Alan.
It doesn't. Huh? No, I'm not. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it leaves you. It's almost like I could tell you firsthand, if you get a lot of money, no matter how much money you got, you always gonna think you're poor.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you always got that feeling. It's like
It's not enough. It's never enough.
no. You can have a no. You just either you become very arrogant, which is a way to
that's
hide
more
it,
common.
to hide it. But the truth is, you did not grow up with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't have this when you was a
Right.
Yeah.
teen.
And you're learning. And certain things, if you learn something new in that day, you feel like, damn, how didn't I know that?
Yeah, like,
Like, why didn't I know
it's
that?
really, you really, come on. So and I could say that you could walk into a 5-star restaurant, and the way people are in there, even though you could afford everything in here,
You feel out of
feel
Out of
it.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably girls who were big or people who were not naturally themselves.
Right.
But sticking to a dude who got rich, if he and I learned this from Rico more than anything, if he keeps money completely out of his relationship, he'll always be okay.
Yeah.
No matter how much money he has, just make sure it's not based on money. No matter how much he spoils his girl, he
Right.
buys her everything, but just make sure it's not based on money.
Right.
Unless, you try to be a sugar daddy, which is,
You know what it is? Because a lot of men can't keep a girl.
speak on it.
Because
think so?
what most men can't keep a girl. Most men can't keep a girl. That's why they pay for experiences.
I thought it was the girls that couldn't keep a man.
A lot of girls can't keep a man now because they've so used to these unrealistic experiences.
Yeah.
So you got all these dudes who can't keep a woman and can't fulfill the woman. So, when you can't do something internally, what do? You search for whatever resources you have externally.
True.
Right.
So, and it's a people too. It's a people thing. So there are bosses that do that with employees. There are relationships that do that with their spouses, and so on and so forth. In order to keep people, you try to buy people.
Right.
And it's a reality that I feel like no one wants to accept, that a lot of people have been purchased.
Yeah.
And they're so used to being purchased, they're not looking for what's genuine, or valuing, I should say, what's genuine.
Yeah, because the real you sometimes is not.
It's not cool.
Yeah.
The real you is whack as look. The real you is whack as hell.
The real me
So-
is that bitch. Everybody go fuck with the real me. I can fart right now. You know what
I'm saying?
I fuck with her.
I do fuck with Jada though. I ain't
This
gonna lie
is
to
the real
you.
me.
Yeah.
I have always been a goofball, and I'm not gonna lie. I had to learn how to do my makeup and stuff. I wasn't always that, I had the buck teeth, real skinny. But I always was, I can honestly say I've always been the same person.
So your exterior
And I'm comfortable with that.
caught up with your interior.
Yes. I believe that. I truly believe that.
That happened to me too, cause I was a very frail dude growing up.
You were small.
I was skinny. Like when I graduated high school, I probably was 150 pounds.
Word.
Yeah, but the problem.
150 ain't bad.
That's not bad.
I was 140 when I graduated high school.
120.
Nah, I played sports, so everybody was
you're
like
150.
180, 225,
Damn.
255. These were grown men at like 18. But
Yo, you ever see some high school football team? They look like
they're
grown
big.
man.
Yeah, they're
That's
big.
crazy.
These kids have even gotten bigger. But the crazy thing is, but in my mind, I was already Aki. I was already that guy. Like I think I said this on A to Table one time. One of the upperclassmen was like, "Yo, when you look in the mirror, what do you see?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, bro? I'm the same size as you, but I'm 5'4" and he's 6'2". So like in my mind, I was already that big.
Yo, I thought I was thick when I was skinny. I was just
Yeah.
like, my booty I could feel my booty wiggle when I walk. I know I'm thick.
I thought I was
So are
thick
you
when
guys
I was
Once I got
skinny.
pictures, I was like, this bitch.
So are you guys saying that we're all? Are you guys saying that we all stars inside? We just,
Yeah.
but some people it never comes out.
I think that some
Yeah.
people never get there.
I think so.
Really?
Because when you listen, if you go a long time, you're a star inside, right?
Yeah.
But eventually, the star inside of you has now been able to blossom
Yeah.
and show the world outside of you, right? And now they can see inside and outside you match.
Right.
Right? Now, there's a lot of people that have a star inside of them that they never get to.
Why?
Well, there's a lot of
Because they don't
Putting love
believe
first.
in it. They don't
They don't
believe in
believe
it.
it's gonna
They
happen?
don't believe in it. Like, they really don't truly believe in themselves, or they
Yeah.
don't believe. You know what I think? I think people just care too much about people around them. They care about their opinion. I'm not gonna laugh like that because people are gonna think that, my laugh is ugly, or I'm not gonna say this joke because people are not gonna agree with it. And I think that sometimes, like, when you really decide, I don't care what anybody says, I'm just gonna let whoever I am shine through. And that's when you realize the people around you are the people that love you because they accept who you are. So it's not like I'm trying to be with the popular crowd. No, you should let your personality shine, and whoever is around you are the people that should matter.
Yeah, you hear?
agree.
I have a theory, right? This is what I'm thinking, and I want to say this to our viewers. If you're a woman or a man and you're having a really hard time getting somebody, I want to say something to you. If you get fresh, you get fly, you built yourself, you become the person, and all you always wanted, just one person to love you. You just want that one person to love you, one person to show you love, right? When you become great, you will get that one person. But what's going to happen is you're going to be able to get a lot of those one persons. And that will change you anyway.
Yeah.
See, people who could get a lot of people, right? Because it's new to you.
But you know what I see?
It's so new, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. Most people that are in committed relationships, like real strong relationships, usually always had options since young. And they choose each other.
Exactly.
When, when
yes.
somebody gets options late in life,
That's not your situation. Relax.
it creates a lot of confusion and a lot of problems.
But here's the thing, though. I agree, but then there's another side, right? Because I feel like, for example, Jada. Jada says
Let's talk about Jada.
Okay, don't do that.
Jada says she's that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So she had.
I wasn't trying to say it like that, but
it's okay. You said it. So she had options, right? She had options, whatever, right? I had options, right? We had options.
yeah.
But the difference is when we had those options, we were being us. So when people are trying to get people to love like them,
Okay.
they're not being them anymore. So what's being loved is not them.
And then eventually you come out.
Like,
and people are just like,
and then
I
you
can't deal
come
with
out,
this.
and then now once they come out, what happens is you have a lot of people around you that will want you once you start to do good things in your life.
Yeah, once you pop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nobody loves
Popping
you.
is like nobody cares because everybody's really fake these days. They'll accept anything.
But people don't realize that. People don't realize that when somebody's popping, right, who got popping from maybe a talent, a skill, or knowledge, they're not being loved for them. They're being loved for how they're perceived.
But what if that's who they are?
9 times out of 10, it's not. A lot of people have to fake it to make it. See me, Rico, that's me.
I don't think that's true.
100% you.
100% me. Whether like I get
Because you don't have to remember what you said if you don't lie.
If you don't lie.
I don't have to remember.
I don't lie.
And you don't have to really take back. I mean,
within reason.
within reason, right? What you're saying, because you're saying it from an honest place.
Yeah.
Now, but that takes a lot of time being comfortable in your own skin. So how can I expect, if I was never comfortable in my own skin and now I finally feel like I got an edge, maybe Eight at the Table has now given me a voice, right? I'm still not gonna know how to really be myself entirely and embrace that voice because I'm gonna feel like I need to fulfill whatever needs to be perceived. Right. So nobody.
So now you're moving on perception.
You're moving on perception.
You're trying to fill in the percent. Oh,
yeah, and you're chasing
recipe
it's
for
disaster.
Yeah, it is.
It's never going to work.
Never, and that's why it's no saving nobody like that. And there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
Because, what did I say the other day on the phone? You can't save somebody who's getting in their own way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah. Because
it's tough.
That's true.
Listen, I commend Cardi B.
Okay.
I commend her.
She really came up.
And she came up how?
Being herself.
How could she lose?
Right.
And she's still herself.
And nobody's gonna take that from her.
She can't lose.
She never has to remember who she is because she's always herself.
From the get-go. So like, I always thought.
But that takes courage.
It
takes courage.
It's not easy.
That takes courage.
Yeah, courage and a little bit of luck too, because it's like the people around you, like, they supported you and they didn't care about, okay, well, society doesn't usually accept this or society doesn't usually allow this, but, you know, they went for it and it ended up working, you know, like, it's the culture.
Well, what if yourself, like, okay, what if you're just a gullible person? Should you be yourself?
I'm gullible.
What if you're just a gullible person? That's just who you are. You know, I always look at
Being a fool is never okay, Alan.
Okay, you ain't have to say, well, I hate
Being
him.
a fool is never okay. I don't care if you're
Gosh.
you need to wisen up. You need to listen to some. If you're a gullible person, you need to listen to
Eight
some.
at the table.
Right? Go back all the years and get some good structure and foundation, so then that way your gullibleness is decreased.
I've done some I've been foolish. I've been foolish.
What's
like
the foolish-
I've
what's the most foolish
believed.
thing you've done?
I've been sold a dream. Who was it? Was it
I
you
love
that
you.
said something?
Do you really? Ha.
No, nigga.
That's
Shut
how.
the fuck
That's
up.
that gullible shit.
I'm not talking about gullible. I'm talking about career-wise. Like, oh, you're a great person. Give me some money and I'll make sure you're good. Okay, here you go, because I believe you. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's
gullible.
stupid.
That's stupidity. Yeah, but I've learned my lesson, and you know, I've decided. All right, I have to be more. I have to just.
You have to. I think that I have something for you guys, in my opinion, right? I read this thing a long time ago, and I've been reading it for years after that. It's called Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's called Self-Reliance, right? It's one of the best. It's an essay he wrote called Self-Reliance.
I like that.
But it's so good that every time I read it, it's almost like I never read it. But in Self-Reliance, he says you have to be able to pay the price for being yourself. And a lot of people cannot pay the price of being themselves.
That's gonna be my bio.
You have to be able to pay the price
for
of being yourself. And that could cause people to talk shit. It could cause people to love you, hate you. It could cause anything.
Bully you, like how he just was bullying me and trying to say I was foolish and stupid.
Yo, hey, I ain't gonna lie.
And I accept it.
I'm myself every day on social media, whatever comes to my mind.
Yeah,
Right?
you have to pay, because you going to pay that price to be yourself.
Right.
But basically, in Emerson's essay, he said that the world forces you to conform. Even if you're not.
Your email.
My bad.
This is how we're doing a closing in the middle of my shoots.
I get it. I'm not worried. You gotta be able to pay the cost of being Marie.
Right.
So in Emerson, he says that. What? UPS notification. No, that's a tracking number. That's Robert Davis. He shipped it. Just call Yuri. Call him again. Just keep calling him. This is. I wish we had cameras all over this shit so we could see this.
Right. What's happening at
Yo,
this
you
time?
should.
Start putting cameras all over.
Yeah, and it'd be like a show
I'm gonna.
within a show.
Yeah, show within the show.
So let me get,
Okay.
get
Yeah,
back.
gotcha.
So Emerson said that the world conforms you no matter what.
That
And for
hurts.
nonconformity, you are going to pay the price. And that price is so difficult that eventually you are going to conform.
Right.
But for those who don't conform, they are the ones that I guess we read about, that we adore. But we really, only thing that we really adore about them is the fact that they never conform.
Yes, they stay true to themselves, basically.
Bro, that shit hurts. Yo, you know when I was 23 years old, I'm not lying. When I was 23 years old, I cried for like 10 minutes.
For real?
Bro, I cried for 10 minutes because it was like I had just got off this label, and then I started really learning. I had got introduced to the industry, and I didn't really want to be a part of the industry because I wanted to be me, right? But I was like, yo, I don't want to conform to their ways. But then again, what am I going to do? I don't want to conform to a job. And I was literally in the middle of a place, and I'm like, yo, I'm like,
It's difficult.
I didn't
That
know
happened to
what I
me.
was going to do. And I was like,
It's tough.
So that's the same thing I
hurt.
went through.
but I'm glad that I'm here.
I mean, I went through the same thing, even with my music career. I didn't want
Shout
to
out
be.
to Jada. I saw her videos too.
Those are
Yeah,
old.
I saw some Jada's videos too.
Whatever. But it's like
We
I
should play
didn't
'em right
want to.
here.
I didn't. You better fucking not. I didn't want to conform. I mean, I didn't want to be basically, no disrespect, but I didn't want to promote like the city girl type shit. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to rap about fucking niggas taking money and it's, you know, like I just never wanted to submit to that. You know, I never wanted to, you know, go against who I truly am to sing about shit that I don't even believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never wanted to have people look up to me for, you know, certain things. I didn't want my family not to be proud of me. I didn't want to embarrass myself. And, you know, I think that's what they say is selling your soul, you know, like.
I feel like that too.
Yeah, I think
it
that's
is
what
sort
people
of like
mean.
selling your soul because you're really not happy.
Yep.
You're doing things that are just, you know, okay, this is going to make me money, or it's basically like being, you know, a clout chaser, or like being, I don't know. I just always wanted to be true to myself.
Not being real.
And one thing that my mother always said to me, no matter what, is don't be a always be a leader. And that has stuck with me through my entire life. I don't give a fuck who you are or how popular one of my friends you are. I'm always true to myself. I don't kiss ass. I'm not like a yes girl. I've never been that person. And I've always stayed true to who I am. And, you know, I've had like situations that were difficult for me because I'm just like, you know, but I want to make it so bad. But you know, here I am now in a position that I manifested as a young girl. I wanted to be on a talk show. I went to college for communications. I never knew that I would end up in a position like this, but it's because I never gave up and I never conformed and I stayed true to who I was.
True, yeah.
I didn't think that it was going to happen.
And what's truly for you what's truly for you manifests itself because, but again,
and it's only going to go up from here.
Easy.
It's not easy.
It's only going to go up from here, but also no, it's not easy. That moment, that courage, like there are people right now in relationships that go home every day with somebody they're not comfortable with.
Yeah.
They cannot even put their guards down.
Oh my
God.
God.
Relax.
For real.
As soon as the person walks in the room, they
like
tense
stress.
up. They don't communicate any real honest conversations.
It's all surface
shit.
shit.
It's all surface and it's all, for the lack of a better word, it's all fake. It's not real.
Fluff.
That is weird to me. When you come through that door,
I need to be free.
for real.
I need to be free, but I also need some boundaries because I will fly the fuck out of here. Like, do not let me be too free. Just slow me down. Because
Slow me down.
when I'm free, yo, I will call you and be like, I'm going out of control. Stop me. Yeah, this is an SOS moment, but I'm happy.
I don't know. I just want to be with someone that I feel free enough with where I'm just like, you're my best friend. I could talk to you about anything. I feel close with you. I feel close to your family. Your friends are my friends. Like, I can tell you what's going on with shit and know that you're going to keep our secrets. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So, question for you guys. Let's say you are that vulnerable person. You are open like that. You are in this loving position. And you get betrayed. Like real betrayed.
that's the worst feeling in the world. That's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Like you get betrayed. You get betrayed. Do you come back the same way? Do you remain yourself? What do you do?
I got a tattoo when I was 17 years old, and I read this quote. It says, "Love your enemies, bless those who curse you, for if you only love those who love you, where is your reward?" And essentially what I took that as is, I need to be different, even if you're doing wrong against me, even if you're wishing bad against me, even if you do betray me, I am just as bad as you if I can't forgive.
Woo.
And if I truly, truly love you and you betrayed me, I have to be able to forgive you. And I think forgiveness is a whole nother conversation in the sense where I believe, and somebody put this bug in my ear, and the true definition of forgiving is to live as if the act has never happened.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, because then how could you forgive? You can't forgive if you remind yourself of what really happened, because at the end of the day, you're never okay with what really happened. But if you can act as if it has never happened, then you have truly forgiven, and there's no ties or burdens to the actions of the betrayal that has happened. So if I truly love somebody, and I'm speaking from a place of a real life experience right now where I felt betrayed, you know what I'm saying? And I've never felt this betrayal outside of my dad. My dad is the only other person that betrayed me to this magnitude by not being there.
Okay.
But I've learned to forgive him. And once I got that power, I've learned to forgive those that I love as well, because I gotta realize, and people gotta be honest with themselves and understand that people are still human beings. And no matter how much you want them to live up to your expectations, it's never gonna happen. And it's either they're going to mask the betrayal that they did to you, or if you have a strong enough bond and relationship, they can tell you it, and with hope, you guys can move forward in that regard. So if somebody that I truly love betrays me, I myself would definitely give another shot. Or I would want to
another person.
to the same person.
Oh, you would forgive the
You would
same
forgive the
person?
same
I don't love people like that. Like, I love everybody, but
that
I'm not
sits
in
with me
love with
so-
people.
Like, he just literally just preached to me. Like, that sits
he's
with me so
preaching to
well.
me.
But this is how I know that we...
He's preaching to me.
But this is how I know, like, me and you have a lot more in common than you might think. Like someone has really hurt me, a family member to the core. And no matter what, it's like, you know what? I forgive you. And I'm so content with who I am as a person. And I no matter what, I love you. And I forgive you. And it was to the point where I called my mom and my aunt, and I was just like, you know what? I want to call this person and reach out. And they were just like, you know what's going to come with that. But it's just like, I'm so free of the emotion and of the hurt that they did to me that I'm just like, I want to reach out no matter how that
need to
person
learn
makes
how
me
to do
feel
that.
afterwards.
gotta-
But it's like, but you feel so much better in life when you can just
do.
let shit go and you
I
can
let
just,
it go.
You know, if
Nah, it's
somebody
never
hurts
let go.
you feel like you're more in
It's
control.
never like, listen, see, this was something.
I want to learn how to do that.
So what
Being dead ass.
You're
This-
you're in control when you're
Yeah.
able to do that.
Because you gotta think about it, right? People think that you could forgive, but you're not forgetting, right? But you forgive, you remember, and you understand exactly what that person or people did to you, right? But it doesn't affect you, so you think you forgive, because you're not mad about it no more, right?
Yeah.
But just because you're not mad about it doesn't mean you're freed from it.
Right.
Because if somebody else moves any remote, this is where triggers come from, any remote
react.
type of way like that,
You
react the same way as if that
Oh,
person
wow.
did it to you.
Wow. And that person didn't even do nothing.
And they didn't
to you.
even do it
nothing
yet,
to you, yup.
potentially, right? So they didn't do what that person did, but because they move like that person, it can only be one step. You'll treat them like that person, or you'll treat it like that's the same outcome that you're
That's
gonna
evil
face.
in a
Do you have a
sense.
therapist?
Damn,
No,
Rico.
You know what? As much as I can't stand you, you my boy. That's
It's
my
self-therapy.
boy.
I learned that from Jada. Self-therapy.
Because I do the same thing. Like I sit,
sorry, guys.
you word things very well. I'm not good at putting things like, I'm not good at wording things sometimes, but you word them exactly how I would word them if I could say it the right way. Because I feel and do the same thing. I literally like understand everything you're saying, and I feel like I'm very similar in that aspect. So trust me, I feel the same way. But that was what you said was just so deep.
Damn,
It's
that
true.
shit just fucked me up,
That was,
yo.
and that's some Allen shit.
She said
That's
Alan
some Allen
shit.
shit. Sometimes Allen be fucking my head up. I be like, where you
No,
get that
shit 'cause
from?
I got a friend of mine.
Y'all must smoke. You smoke?
Nah, I don't smoke.
I don't either, but I'm just like, maybe I can open up my brain a little bit.
We had a fallout.
She said,
Years later, he called me. He's like, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean it. I know what I did. I betrayed you. You felt bad. I was like, why is this nigga going on my line, bro?
Yeah, and that's crazy because that means
Yeah.
he's healing and you weren't at that time.
And then now I'm listening to Rico. I'm like,
You should, and now you need to reach out. Do you think you could reach out though?
after fucking Rico just said that, yeah.
Yeah, because you haven't freed yourself. You don't have control over your emotions. You don't have control.
now
over
you
yourself.
do. See that, but the thing is, he has total control.
No, this
He
is
has
what
control of the emotions. But
He's
the
just stepping away from
it's
it.
like
He doesn't
I'm
wanna-
not even going to deal with
Deal
any
with
of
it,
this.
yeah.
I'm gonna just let. It's like it's almost like you put something to the side and you're just gonna let it
I
rot
forgive
and die
something,
out.
and if once I forgive something and have my peace, it just withers away. And now
Yeah.
I don't even have to.
I don't
ever
ever
think
think
about
about it.
it.
Yep,
I don't even have
yep.
to bring it up ever. I don't even
Yeah.
have to talk about what it did to me, unless obviously in this type of setting. But it
Yeah, when you're
feels better
speaking
to
about
me.
it, yeah.
Like I hurt my friend's feelings the other day because I was tipsy, and
like, you got a mouth on you.
I was pretty tipsy. And I was being I was being insensitive at a bad time. And sometimes with me, I'm just like, I say whatever I want. I'm very free. Like right now, like, you know, I'll say something and it might be a little insulting. But it was brought
trying to hurt the person?
Never. I'm just too honest. So if you and I are out right now and you ever see somebody out and then they got the cream on their lip and everybody just let them walk around with the cream on their lip?
What's the cream on the lip?
No, I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah. Wait, what's the cream on the lip?
When people got the white around your lip,
Oh
the
yeah.
white.
Yo, tell
Yeah.
me.
I'm that
But
person.
yo, your mouth dry, bro.
Or if you got something in your eye.
I'm that person in every, like,
I like that
you know,
though.
and I try not to be overbearing with it, but like especially with my friends, like, you know, I don't mean to be insensitive, but I bring it up, you know what I'm saying? And I'll make sure it's a setting where it's intimate. But it's like, you know, I hurt one of my friend's feelings. And then after I realized I hurt my friend's feelings, instantly, you know, it was brought up to me. Instantly, I go to that person and I apologize. And next thing you know, I'm in tears because I'm just like, I never want to make anybody feel bad. I'm sorry because I'm too honest. But like, I like to free my mind of things. I like to clear it up right then and there. I don't
but
like
that's
to let
something
things
like,
linger.
all right, I get that, but that's somebody like, for example, yesterday I was at a writer's camp. Shout out my boy Furman. I was at a writer's camp and we were making a bunch of music and we had pizza for lunch. And after that, you know, I left to go pick up my daughter and I look in the mirror in my car and I smile at myself. As I smile at myself, I realized there was pizza in my teeth. I'm like, I was talking to these niggas for 30
mad
minutes
long.
and nobody told me there was pizza in my
hate
teeth.
that.
That'd be a trigger for me.
Me too.
I'd never be
I feel like nobody does it to me. Yeah.
I don't trust them. Like,
I mean, out here looking crazy. That's how I am.
But you know what? Like, you gotta also think, right? Majority of the world can't handle the truth.
They can't.
So I can't expect you to be
Tell
so
me the
honest
truth,
with
yeah.
me.
What? That's so weird to me, though. See, that's what I'm saying. That's weird to me.
That's what I'm talking about, Marie.
Congratulations.
0207. This is my routing number.
That's my routing number. And that sounds like a real routing number, so you onto something.
No, I
Keep
do know.
going.
I do know it.
Yo, that's funny as hell.
Because when they
But that
ask me,
just-
I just type it. I'm not copy pasting. I know it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
not my account number. That's the one part that I always mess up. But I know the last four. But the routing number,
Going on, yo, they triple checking.
we can't see. We can't see. Bro, there's a whole table right here.
No, nobody can see it.
Okay.
You got they triple check everything.
Yeah.
But sorry about that, guys. The green light had went out, so I had to fix it. Honestly, Rico, that was
beautiful.
honestly that was really, really
beautiful.
well said.
Thank you, guys. I've been working here for
Quiet
a
on
while.
set, guys.
Seems like you've been taking
definitely know
classes, growing.
Eight at the table is allowing me. See, one thing
I feel like it does that to me, too.
I've always, and if you guys go back,
Marie, Lonnie, quiet on set.
if you guys go back, even like in the last 4 years now, at Eight at the Table, I've always said a lot of the same things, but I'm learning to articulate it better. I was also taught, right? This is another thing that communication is a glass, right? And there's two sides of this glass.
Okay.
And when you talk into a glass, typically what happens?
It
That goes
bounces
back
back.
to you.
It actually, well, like saying you can hear it. When you talk to the glass actually fogs up.
Okay.
So how can somebody see what you're saying? So you have to learn to
gotta
have
listen.
you have to learn to have enough balance to not fog up the glass when you're trying to communicate each other. So you never have somebody not knowing what you're trying to say, which is what I'm learning
Right
now here every single time I'm here.
But that's how I feel, too. I feel like me being on the show, I feel like, okay, now I understand men a little bit more. Now I'm going to shut up a little bit longer. Now I'm going to...
Can you be a submissive woman?
I told you I am a submissive woman.
She is.
Do I get annoyed? Yes, but...
I saw your comment.
What comment?
When I did the thumbnail, submissive woman, you were like, I don't pick the title. I saw your comment. You were like,
I don't remember.
Got him.
I don't remember.
I remember for you.
Okay, so I'm a little bit of everything, and I'm a little indecisive. I contradict myself sometimes.
That's human.
These are just things that
Yeah.
I'm being honest. Again, I'm so comfortable with myself, I can be dishonest. Like, I can tell you my opinion on something, and then you can speak, and I'll be like, damn, now I think differently. I'm just like that. It's easy for me to see different perspectives. It's easy for me to, I learn and I grow, and, you know, that's what, I think that's the greatest thing about life is like, you know, we all have different perspectives and we see things differently. This glass could tip right now and I could say, oh, the AC turned on real fast and that's why I fell. You can be like, but you just kicked the table. I saw what happened, and we all just see things differently.
But Emerson said that too. Emerson was like, you know, you will contradict yourself.
Yeah,
He was
I do
like,
all
so
the
what
time.
if you contradict yourself?
So what?
Being great is contradicting yourself. So
You have to
he
learn.
opens it up. The way he opens up, he said, to believe your thoughts are yours and they're true to you is like yours is the greatest person you could be. Whatever's true to you, if you could believe that's what's true for the world and actually legitimately believe that, he says that's when you become great. And the reason...
So I be arguing with these people.
Because they don't want to be true to themselves. And the thing is, the reason why I'm going with that is because based on how Rico said everything, what I was really going to say also was a lot of women and a lot of men, they have bad triggers from bad relationships. So they don't even know how to be loved. They don't even know how to love. They carry so much shit from their last relationship that they automatically think, like, let's say if a man was with a woman who ended up using him for money over and over and over, and then he gets with a new woman and she don't even care about his money.
Right.
But she
But-
says, hey, by the way, I need that $300 because I want to make sure we put in the money for the vacation.
He's gonna act like a damn fool because he's like, oh, you just like that bitch.
Yeah.
So I get that.
You know, it's a lot that goes on in this world, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, I think that we tend to forget as people, and I'm guilty of it too, that we put too much pressure on our spouse to be what we need them to be.
Okay.
But the truth is, and I ask a lot of people this question, because most people don't have an answer. It's when I say, well, what do you need from your spouse? It's usually opposite, right, of what you think you need. So this.
What do you need? What do you need from your spouse? Rico?
I just told you I have trouble answering this question
Yeah, I was
myself.
thinking the same thing.
But-
Like, shit, I don't even know.
But like,
That's me.
what I do know, some of the things that I need. I'm not saying it's all, right? I need grounding.
What do you mean?
I need to be grounded.
You need somebody to watch your back? Or like,
I need somebody to slow me down
really?
because I move so fast and so efficient, it becomes detrimental to my ego.
So you're open to giving up some of your control?
Well, no.
Because how? Somebody can't ground
I need somebody to tell me to slow down, and I trust them enough to slow down.
But you got to give up
It's
some
gonna take a
control
lot.
for
Is
that.
that it? Is that what it is?
Well, the only way
I
that's
don't like
gonna
that.
happen-
I don't like the way the words you're using,
But think about it. You got to give up some kind of control for that.
And you
well, sometimes
have to your chin.
It's down? Okay.
Oh.
Pretty good. Oh, I see why. I see why. No, I see. It's this. Sorry. Hold on.
Just put it in the middle.
All right, it should be good.
are we good? 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. And that could be it too.
You can pull it a little from inside. A little bit.
Oh, the
You
wire?
know what? No, you know what? Let's not even play with it. That's fine. There you go.
I won't even move.
It's still static.
Not right. It shouldn't be no more right now.
Right there, you just moved it, it's static.
Well, I moved the chain.
Okay,
Is that better?
yeah.
Yeah, I had moved the chain before too.
Now it's good.
Yeah. I was moving the chain.
Yeah.
Smooth. All smooth.
Yeah, and I, never. I'm not even gonna say.
So you can move now. Yeah, he can.
No, it's static.
Don't move your head.
It's on my paws.
It is on
It's
your
on my
throat.
throat. Like, yeah.
That's the prop. Can you?
Maybe it's his throat.
Yeah, just.
Is it good now? Wait, hold on, guys.
I'm saying like
We're good,
Now
right?
it's good. Now it's good.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah. You know what happened? I put my shirt down.
yeah.
Oh, while you were.
Yeah, because like, I ain't gonna say it. One time y'all had me looking like somebody else on the table. I said, bro, like this is not like really, this is not
You
true to
know
me.
what?
Did you? Like the kid that came here. Remember I texted you was in Ohio?
Oh yeah. Oh, first of all, I watched that, right? Yo, that was the funniest shit ever. Okay.
I just want to say for the record, if you ever tell me to shut up, while we're recording, I will beat your ass.
She got this gripe for you.
I will, but like.
Tell me to shut up again.
I will.
It's fine. Actually, just do it. Just do it.
I
'Cause
will.
clearly you're not hearing me what I'm saying, so just do it.
But no.
There will be no set.
That's
And then
cool.
I'm gonna have to.
That's cool.
Alan's gonna have to deal
See
with
what
it,
I'm
so
talking
just
about
don't do it.
forgiving, and there's not.
I never said I forgave you about that.
I know.
We're having the conversation because I'm an
But
honest
you have
person and I have to bring it
You
up.
had to see the other day when we had.
Wait, when did I
guests
tell you to shut up?
You were just like, Jada, can you shut up? You know what the fuck I'm talking about.
here.
I
Are you too
don't. I really
sensitive?
don't.
Are you sensitive?
I can be sensitive.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is being sensitive a good thing for a relationship?
I don't know. Whatever I am, it works for everybody.
No,
I'm a little bit of everything.
Rico.
Another fucking doesn't. Oh,
I can be
shit.
sensitive. I can be nice. I can be mean. I feel like I have a balance of everything and it just works. And I don't know. I just know how to be with each person. Works perfectly.
Do you change who you are to be with people?
Maybe.
No, you don't have to.
I don't change who I am. I don't change who I
But
am.
being real, let's be for real, right? Let's be for real. Like,
Whoever
you
I
gotta
am.
have a certain. You can't be all things to everyone.
If you're a perfectionist, yeah.
You know what happens?
When you're a perfectionist, it just becomes you.
I've learned that anybody in the entertainment industry is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, she's crazy. I'm crazy. We're all crazy in
Crazy
a
as
sense,
fuck.
but in a good
That's
crazy.
100%. The entertainment business is it's a tough business.
I'm
You
an
gotta be crazy.
overachiever. I'm a perfectionist. I slack a little sometimes now that, certain things have occurred in my life, but I like to do things proficient. I like to be the best at everything I do, and I like to leave an impression on every person I'm around.
Really?
Yes. That's
Do
who
you
I am.
like to leave an impression enough where you will try to impress?
No, I don't try to impress.
Okay.
I just,
No,
You're just an impressive person.
I think I'm an impressive
Well,
person.
I hung out
but
with
I don't.
you at Lamalt with
That's my
Ben's.
spot that you guys went to, and I'm still highly upset that you went without me. Go ahead. I did not forget.
And that was the first time I ever hung out with you. And you are very impressive.
That's just naturally me.
You're a great host.
Thank
you.
You
Pay
I
attention
love
to
to host.
everybody.
Yeah.
I do.
And she's very attentive.
Yep.
And she pulls, and we had a few real estate people there. We was all chopping it up, and she makes you feel. She gives.
I include people.
Yeah, like
I include
yeah.
all people. I don't care if you're a female. Like, I love people, and I like to make people feel good. I don't care what you look like as a female, as a male. I love to give people love for some reason. I don't know, and that's why it's easy for me to love. I don't know. That's why I
Do you
think
expect love
That's
back?
a beautiful thing.
yeah, I expect some type of love and loyalty back sometimes, I guess. No, I don't expect it.
Do you really expect
Do you
it?
expect it back?
I think I do.
And
Right?
that's
and if
a
you don't get it back, what do you feel?
That's
disappointment.
a little bit, yeah, disappointed.
Because you give so much.
Because it's like, I shouldn't
I'm
even have
asking.
to. I
Yo,
shouldn't
you
even
know what I
have
hate?
to.
No offense. I hate when people who give a lot always say, I asked for so little in return. I hate that, yo. Don't do that. Do you do that, Jada?
I've done it, but I don't do it a lot. I don't do it a lot.
The little that you're asking for may be a lot to the person. Hence the topic, right?
That's why I try not to say it a lot.
Well, you give love.
Try not
What
to
if you
say it.
giving love to somebody who don't know how to receive love?
Or reciprocate it.
That's the
Just
problem.
don't.
I like to be with people who understand my love language, which happens to be one zodiac sign.
What?
I'm not saying it out loud, but
Wait, can I just need to know this.
no.
Wait, what happened?
Is it zodiac?
Zodiac sign.
I do very well with one zodiac sign.
Really?
It's like we understand each other's love language. Like, it's weird.
You gotta tell us the zodiac sign.
Absolutely not.
And tell us what it's not.
Not gonna do that.
Is it a Scorpio?
It's not Scorpio.
No, no, I'm good with a Scorpio. No, I'm good. I'm cool with a Scorpio because I understand them and we respect each other so much that
Is
like.
it a
It's an Aquarius. Don't worry about it.
Gemini?
Off record, you'll tell us?
I'll tell you guys off record.
Okay.
You don't want them in your DMs?
I'm obsessed with that zodiac sign.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you whisper in my ear?
No.
Is the mic on?
So, I think like really when it comes down to it is people, and I learned this today. Triggers are real.
Yeah.
I've heard the word triggers. I never kind of understood it, but most of your triggers that cause you to have a bad relationship comes from unresolved forgiveness from your last relationship.
Exactly.
So, or karma.
Traumas.
Trauma.
Yeah, unresolved traumas from your life.
No, because
No, because think about it.
it is trauma. It is trauma,
Yeah.
but it's not. But what I'm saying is, again, like, we'll use the same example. If my girl cheated on me and it broke me, am I going to expect every woman's gonna cheat on me?
Yeah, you're gonna think that every woman is capable of cheating on you.
That's like the 1990s realistic philosophy, but that's not 2022. But it is true.
I think
to
a lot
some.
of people don't care about much these days.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all right, everybody feels like, all right, I could do better, or all right, I'll get another, or all right, like, and then when you think about it, everyone is almost becoming the same. So it's like, in a way, it's
I'm
true.
saying the same thing.
Is that true?
Everybody's more. But you know how many we've seen other Ricos on at the table.
Oh yeah. I thought that was a compliment.
I can't.
Yeah, for whom?
A compliment to you.
You know, people been
thought
copying me
it
my
was-
whole life. I don't really.
I agree.
I think it's cool when you copy me, but I don't like it.
I hate
I
it.
did this on my Instagram. I was like,
So crazy. I'm
I
the
fight
same
to
way.
be myself. I just want to be me, and I know people will
that's
copy.
a lot of crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're weird.
Yeah,
But
I
it's,
told you, it's an
good because
Aquarius,
it
guys.
But no, it's good because it influenced people. See, that's the thing. You guys are influence people in a positive way, regardless if somebody says or might talk shit or might not agree, but they respect it
Yeah.
because it's honest and it's real, and you're just really trying to tell people, hey, this is probably the best way you could be.
Yeah,
remember
but I had
drew
a friend that got like every time I got a tattoo in the same spot, and it got to the point where he even got the same thing but a different type of version of it.
I used to tell people
Is
what
that
I
a compliment?
wanted.
That's not a. It's a compliment, but it's not because it's a compliment because you know people always say you should take it as a compliment,
I
but
think so.
you know what
I hate
the
it.
thing is when you fight so hard to be yourself,
Mm-hmm.
like your quote, paying the cost to be yourself. I'm the one paying the toll to do this, and you're riding through easy pass without an easy
Right.
pass. Like,
You can't even say
like,
shit around
I'm gonna
people
send
no
you
more.
a
Like,
ticket.
you can't even say anything around people anymore because it's like as soon as you say something, they try to jump on it before you. Like I remember I told this girl, I want this car. Like as soon as I get to the bag, this is the car I'm gonna get. This bitch
She went and got it.
went and got my whole car with the color.
Now imagine
the
that
same
same
thing happened
girl.
to me.
Imagine that same exact girl, like Rico was saying earlier. That
I had to
same
change my
exact girl.
whole fantasy. Just
Yep.
like I
Because
will
of her,
never copy
right?
you.
Now,
I will never copy you.
I would never copy
bitch.
you, then you copied me, so I would
I'm
never copy
gonna-
myself.
Never gonna double back and I'm not. Yeah, now I gotta come harder.
All right, Jada, what's
I
the new
can't
thing
afford
you
it.
want?
so that same girl is in a relationship with some dude. He's trying to love her, and she's influenced by outside.
Let her go outside.
Like she doesn't have a mind of her own. Maybe.
So let her stay out there and don't bring her
Don't
inside.
bring her inside. You're an alley cat.
You're a stray.
Don't bring a girl from outside inside.
You can't bring a girl outside, inside. Even if she's inside, but she thinks outside,
You gotta
leave
know the
her outside.
difference. You gotta know.
What's the
be able to
difference
tell the
between
difference.
somebody who's outside and inside? I really,
You know
that's
those
actually an eight at
girls-
the table question,
Go ahead,
right?
Jada.
Like everybody, like we outside. Should you bring somebody from outside
You know
inside?
the girls that are dangerous.
No.
What do you think? You ever talk to a girl that just was like real quiet and she waited to see what you did or what you approved of, or like she just was real like? I think that shit is sneaky.
You're talking about the ones who are doing premeditated murder.
Yeah. The ones that are just like, whatever he wants, whatever he likes, I'm gonna make sure I do it. Like the bitch that won't talk back,
I like
the
that.
bitch that won't.
I like that.
Well,
You like the girl that won't just shut the fuck up and don't say nothing.
yes,
Nothing.
please.
That's
And-
so
and if it-
boring.
I don't
No,
give
it's
a
not.
fuck.
That's
It's
boring.
boring for who?
For who?
It's boring. So you
I
guys,
like
so
peace.
you basically just don't want to get to know. Okay, well then I
Well,
get that.
if that's
Okay,
not
you
them-
just want a bird.
But here's the thing,
You
right?
want a bird brain. Like
Jada, let me tell you
she
something.
has a job. The fuck?
Biggie said it best. He just said, "Guns I like them stainless, women I like them brainless."
Brainless.
I'm just joking. That's not true.
You be get your ass in here. We gotta talk.
I'm just fucking.
He had a
Nobody's
point.
gonna kill me when I say that shit.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth. The honest truth is, my wife and I, we get along very well.
Absolutely.
Right.
You guys accept
And-
each other for who you
Yeah,
are.
like we get along, and I think that now she's become so strict on me. I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah.
What? My wife has become so fucking strict on me that there's no way on God's green earth I would have been with this woman if she was like that 20 years ago.
Okay, so she
She gradually.
let herself.
Yo,
shine.
and that's what they do.
They do
Wait,
that.
I don't like
She
that.
let
Wait,
it-
hold on, time
They-
out.
And that's what
Y'all
I'm trying
need
to tell you.
Stop that.
You said you
because-
like that. That's what I'm trying to
no,
tell
no,
you.
I said I like the be quiet part. I didn't say I like.
That's what they're doing, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you. In
But the
advance.
only thing is, listen, I am not gonna lie. There are pros and cons, right? Because
Because gradually she's gonna show you that she's a bitch that's not gonna allow you to be this and that after you fall in love with her. And now she knows how to handle your ass.
well, it's not
And it's
after.
too late. You're already
Yeah, it's too
in.
late.
No,
You're there.
no,
You're
no,
not
no,
going
no.
anywhere.
Wait, slow down. We're not going with that narrative. We're
Okay,
not
I'm
because
sorry.
we got important people watching us. What really happens is not that she's. First of all, it's not after you fall in love with her because you fell in love with her from the beginning, which is why she's been here for this long.
Day one.
Right? So then,
Fell in love with the quiet version. that
So
was being
but
sneaky.
what happens is everybody understands the price they gotta pay for the person that they want. So if she's like, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna rock out with whatever the terms and conditions are for you for this time frame, but guess what? After this time frame, it's my turn.
Okay.
As a person, you gotta be like, all right, it's fair.
It makes sense.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like you.
It's fair.
It makes sense.
You
But
know, Rico,
women, like,
you're doing good, bruh.
For-
You're
for-
doing
for
good.
me,
that was
when I
good.
was younger,
That was
when I
good.
was single, if a woman started complaining or talking too much, I never talked to you again. Because I already knew where this was going.
But I was the person that I've done this before in one relationship. I'm like, oh, this dude too good to be true. He looked the fuck good. He smelled good. He got them drawers on that I like. He got the bag. He got 3 cars. I'm shutting the fuck up. Like, cause, huh? Oh, you hungry? I'm seasoning the shit out this sea bass. I'm going to Whole Foods for your ass. Fuck a ShopRite. Fuck a Stop and Shop. Nigga, I'm going to Whole Foods. I'm about to spend $300 in this bitch. I'm getting the good $30 olive oil for your ass. You know, I gotta make this shit last. This motherfucker. Ooh.
And then,
God damn.
You knew how to behave.
I knew how to behave for that nigga.
but what happened? What happened?
behaving.
But what happened?
He got a little bit too. I was just like, nigga, you ain't about to walk. Listen. And it's crazy because
Yeah, I would have hit
I
that
got
shit.
tired of behaving.
Cause I had to put up with a couple of things, and I'm just like, this ain't me. Like, I'm not. I don't. I felt like I was, again, not being true to myself. Like, it's not worth it. And then the tables changed after I just was like, nigga, I'm out. Then the chase became, he was the one chasing it. He's the one like, yo, I can't live without you. Or he's the one like, you know, even years later, like, yo, I'm sorry for how I did you. Like, I loved you so much. I just didn't know how to show it. And you know, I was more infatuated with him. He was older than me. He was the first nice ass crib that I had been in. He was the first person to smell sexy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was my first
So
situation.
you knew how to get him.
I know how to keep the situation.
You
but
coulda
then-
kept him if you
Yeah, I could
wanted.
have kept him if I wanted to, but I was like, you know what? It's too much with it. One time he tried to see where I was at, and then he went somewhere that he wasn't supposed to be, and one of my friends called like, yo, you know dude over here? So I pull up, and in his car, pull up in one of his cars, and I walk in. I'm just like, oh, word, that's what you doing?
He had
But it's
joints
like,
with him?
he had a joint with him, or he must have met a joint at the club or something like that, and I'm just like, oh, word. And that's when shit just started to change
And that's
for
a
me.
deal breaker for you.
Yeah, because it's like, you're definitely, I don't care who you are, you're not going to disrespect me, and I know what I do for you and how I make you feel and how much
You take care of him.
yeah, I take great care of you. So if that's what you want to do, that bitch
that's the
can't, she
thing.
can't be me.
I think a woman knows, and a man too, knows when they're taking great care of somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of women. No. Time out. No. No. Whoa, we're not gonna go with that.
Go ahead.
We're not definitely because I definitely believe this is just Ricoing, right? There's a lot of women that don't know how to take care of men right now.
And if you don't know how to take care of somebody, you can't keep somebody.
But you let them
Can't
get
keep-
away with it sometimes.
What do you mean? Who?
Some
Who's
men,
we?
not you. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But I'm saying, how could you keep somebody? Like, it's almost like having a plant or something. Like, you have to take care of it, right?
Yep.
And probably the only way you could keep a relationship, fuck getting a relationship. Most people can get in a relationship. And big shout out to anybody who's having a hard time getting a relationship. You really can. But keeping a relationship is probably not that easy, because to keep a relationship, you got to take care of a relationship. And that's difficult.
Bro, think
We
about
all really have to keep relationships,
Yo,
guys.
listen.
Everybody's not a keeper.
it. Can we be realistic with the world? Okay.
Yeah,
Let me
please
ask
do,
y'all.
please do.
Let me ask y'all a question. Is it easy to make money?
It is.
Is it hard to keep money?
Yeah.
Very hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it easy to get a car?
Yes.
Is it hard to keep it the same way you got it?
Yeah.
Very hard. Yeah.
Is it easy to get a house or a place to stay?
Maintaining is just another.
And maintaining
Yeah,
it.
it's just like
I
landscaping,
just got ahead.
cut the grass, plumbing.
So in every area of our life, it's easier to obtain it than maintain it.
Yeah.
And we go into a relationship, or people are going into relationships thinking that they don't gotta maintain the relationship or put in enough work or more work than getting
To
it
get the
as
relationship.
maintaining it. And it's like that doesn't make sense.
Okay, I feel
you know
better.
how hard it is to make my household work?
It's got to be difficult.
It's difficult as
But let me ask you a question because
I got
we're
but it's worth it though.
No, but let me ask you a
Right.
question. We're gonna wrap up in the next.
The risk is worth the rewards,
But let me
okay?
ask you a question. If you were not with the person you're with right now, and you were with that girl that Jada was talking about, no ambition.
Which wait, that would never stop.
Not even.
You already know. Yeah.
Nah,
The no ambition.
she might be easy to maintain.
No.
Don't you think some dude should find a woman that's easy to maintain?
No, because a person that's easy to maintain
If
is
she has no ambition, she don't want to do
Just
nothing.
have one of those and one of the other. Everybody should just be poly.
what I think
Just
so.
joking.
No, she's not.
that.
But no, she's not.
You got first of all,
Yep.
when we used to put polls on 8 at the table early on when we had 10, 12,000 followers. Would you date more than one person? Poly shit. That shit used to be like 99%. Hell no. Fucking show is crazy.
Now.
In 2022, we'd be like, would you
That's
date
what
a
I'm
couple?
saying.
Like,
Hell
50-50.
yeah.
yes, I would
Put-
date a couple.
Listen,
Yes, I
sign me the
would.
fuck up twice.
Yo, listen, I'm a big believer. See, and I believe that the universe, God, the universe is fair,
It is.
and if it's fair, there is not every man for every woman.
There isn't.
So
Every qualifying man at least.
exactly, and there's not every, and on the flip end, so there has to be poly somewhere to make everything balance
Can you
out.
really
Maybe I could
love-
get four
like,
girls.
Can you be in love with more than one person?
Yes.
In love.
Yo, can you love more than one child?
You can, but I'm talking about
You quick with it. That
I
was
love.
quick.
Listen,
That was quick.
if I have 3 children, I'm gonna love.
start drinking this
I'm not saying you won't have a favorite, but
I got 3, I don't have a favorite.
I was always the favorite. Okay, even the grandchildren, I'm still the favorite. But regardless, you will always have a favorite, but you will love every one of these children in love unconditionally.
If you could have more than what would be your max? 1, 2, 3.
That I know I could deal with,
Yeah. Your max.
with finances included or
All your
without.
money's right.
4,
Goddamn.
4,
4?
4. I know I could do 4, absolutely, hands down. But
All in the same household?
yes,
Or- okay.
yeah, I need it.
We all gotta be in the same
Yeah, okay.
But what I think is most realistic is 2.
I think that's realistic.
Most realistic is
2
2.
is easier.
It's not easy. It's only easier because the relationship and my end, what I would have with each woman, right, would not differ between 1 to 4. But the relationship from 1 to 4, the variables within each other is a different amount of variables that you have to, overcome.
What do you mean?
So like, it's easier to get 2 people to be cool with each other than it is 4.
That is true. And for some reason,
Yeah.
in those dynamics, women barely get along.
Yeah, and that's
But that's
what
where,
I don't want.
where I feel like,
Speak your truth.
you see how you said I'm a great host. I want everybody to get along. That's why I probably would do good in poly because I just want everybody to be happy. So I can.
I would that. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what I'm
wouldn't feel
saying?
empty
Like,
at one point? Like, you wouldn't feel like, well, I want my own?
no. I think the younger me would have.
That's
Yeah.
so selfish.
The younger me would have.
I never understood
But
that.
now it's like, I just want to be family. Like,
Yeah.
you know what? Y'all gonna chew my ass up in these comments. I gotta stop talking because
Why?
people be chewing me up in the comments. But
This is the
like,
honest truth.
it's the truth. I just feel like I don't look
This is
down
the
on
cost.
poly. I don't look down on poly at all. Like,
neither.
I think that if you are a secure enough person, if you're a confident enough person, I'm not gonna worry about, oh, you love her more than me. Like, no, the bigger picture is unity. The bigger picture is
Growth. I
growth,
believe in this shit so
finances.
much,
It's
bro.
like
finances,
it's
growth,
like two
resources,
businesses
building.
colliding. You know what I'm
3
saying?
businesses.
Yeah, business. You know, like I feel like there's such a bigger picture that it's not even just about the threesomes and the fun. I think it's just uniting and being able to
There's more to it. There has to be more
Right.
Check this
to
out,
it.
right?
helping each other out. We
Shout
all
out-
need help. The more
shout
help
out
you
to-
have, the better, the happier you are.
Shout out Good Moms Bad Choices,
yeah.
right? Or Bad Choice, right? Shout them out. But Mila and Erica were here, right? And they said that they basically have a relationship, not like an intimate relationship.
Well, they were kissing, but then
Well, I don't know what they're doing. But they have a relationship where they have their relationship that they have within each other, right, has got them to structure a schedule where they can take care of the kids
Yep.
together, as well as Mila had a spouse for the last year and some change.
yes,
Realistically,
kind of like poly.
it's almost a poly just
they're
without
not
the
sexual.
intimacy. Yeah. There's no intimacy, but everybody's still working together as a unit, working together for the family, working together for the businesses. It's the same thing.
And everybody's less stressed, and you get to really like. If you're a mature enough person, you can really like. If you form a good circle of communication, everyone can just have a life full of so much more
So
fulfillment.
much more fulfillment. But so, do you think that? And I'm dying to do like this show called "What Do You Bring to the Table," where we get all these people to come in and we tell them what you bring to the table, and we kind of talk to them, right? Do you guys think that realistically, sometimes what you bring to the table is not enough for one person?
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's just not enough for one person. Maybe what you bring to the table, like let's just
need a
say,
couple things.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like let's just say if I'm like, oh, you know what I bring to the table is enough for. And my wife is right here. What I bring to the table may be enough for 3 women.
Yeah. Yep.
And somebody was like, well, I want 3 women too. I'm like, bro, look at your
You
table.
don't have
Your
enough.
table.
Your table.
You got folding chairs.
yeah, and it's bent in the middle.
And it's bent in the middle.
sinking. It can't even. A centerpiece can't even sit in the middle of your
really
table.
legitimately cannot be fucking serious, but you are dead serious talking about I want 3.
Right.
I'm like, bro, look at your table.
You
Pay
can't
attention
handle
to your
you.
table.
like,
Like what's on your table?
And my table would be needing help. Because I tell people quickly, like I know it's a lot of independent women out there, and I commend you. I respect you so much.
I do
think
too.
it's
I do
a
too.
beautiful thing to be an independent woman, especially like you go to work, you take care of your kids, whatever it is you do, you pay your bills. I struggle. I struggle with that. Like when I'm in a relationship, I appreciate my man. I need you here. I like when you take the load off, and that's why I'm just like in poly. It has to be even more relief. It has to be because
And independence is cool and all that, bro. But I've yet, and now
the more help I
to
have,
be
the
judged,
happier I am.
I've yet to
because we
see
got
a
kids.
happy, really
When you got-
happy, fully independent single woman. I've never met one.
I mean,
I
like,
met a lot of women in conversations where they eat at the table. I've never met a woman who's fully
happy.
independent, financially secure, and single, all at the same time.
Yeah.
Happy.
you know what the craziest thing is? Here's the thing, Alan. Nobody wants to talk about it, but let's talk about it, right?
Talk about it.
Women want to be independent, which is cool.
I just said I don't.
Well, not all.
Okay.
Not all. I'm just saying for the
It's an
group.
ideology
the
that was
group.
preached to them.
Yeah, the group is women want to be independent, but men don't want to be independent.
We want to build.
We want to build. We want dependent partners. If I'm not saying everybody wants a different dependency. Maybe you might want finances. Maybe you just might want the house taken care of. Maybe you want somebody who's gonna run the books for your businesses.
Right.
Whatever the case may be. But men don't go into a relationship talking about I'm independent. I'm not going into no relationship telling you I'm independent. I need help. Yo, slow me down because I be making mistakes.
And
Correct.
be here for
Catch
me.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, be,
And be
like,
here for me. Help
can
me
I fall
build.
back on you? Like, can you,
Yeah.
make things better? I think that's important too.
And
Like,
it's difficult, and I think it's even more difficult. I think like
I've never heard of I'm an independent man. I'm sorry. I just thought about I'm an independent dude.
because I
Like,
guess
what the fuck?
you're supposed to be independent, I guess.
No, we're dependent people.
we're all like
I don't know.
And then it's tough, right? Then you have success you put in the mix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have success. When you start talking about success, That's even more pressure. Then you start talking about being great. That's even more pressure. So you have all these things that are added on,
You know,
and then you become this really high valued person. Now everybody is seeking after you and overlooking all these people who don't have the pressure you have, and they all want you. And you're like, why would y'all all want me when there's so many other good people? And they're like, don't you understand the fact that you could go through shit and succeed is what
Honestly,
we're chasing?
I feel
Why
like
don't you
certain
let me
things. I feel like certain things are because of an urban community thing in a way, right? It's kind of like this, and then this is like the the generation of lit, you know, or like.
Fake lit, real lit.
Yeah, I don't know, like the generation of,
you're right,
I
I
put it
don't
in
know,
my
I can't
notes,
tell.
hold on. But like, for example, like, I feel like people are experiencing things that they never thought they would experience or never experienced before.
Attention they never thought they would
Never
have.
thought they would get. People done got their
True.
PPPs and they never would have had money if they didn't get them PPP.
And then there was the unemployment.
The unemployment,
which was
people-
giving people like $10,000. And well, all of that's
Yo.
over now.
Yo.
right?
Yo,
And we're in the middle of an inflation.
Yeah, and
People are getting hella attention, or people are being able to be something that they're not, or something that they always wanted to be, and it's changing. It's shifting. Everything is shifting right now. I call it the generation of lit, right?
Okay.
Everybody got a taste of money. Everybody has the PPP mentality now. Some men got to flex that never had been able to flex before. Oh, let me get this yacht. Oh, these girls are intrigued by, you know, they're interested because they see me getting on this yacht, and you know, or let me throw money in the club. Let me get some bottles. Like, you've never been able to do that, but now because you're mismanaging money, of course, you don't know how to invest it.
Yep.
You know, you are having a moment where you can live it up and it feels so good. And people have not been able to
Come down from that
from
when
the
the money's
PPP
gone.
moment. Yes.
Well, you know
when the
what?
money
You
is
know when there was
gone.
another moment like this? In 2007, a very close friend of mine's, and he's gonna watch this, but I'm not saying your name, bro.
don't take it personal.
Him and his wife got a home equity line like everybody else was getting in 2006 and 2007,
Right before the recession.
right before the recession. They got a home equity line for $85,000. So they pulled the equity line, TVs, vacations, chilling. They were living. They were in euphoria.
Yep.
Euphoric. They felt so good. Because spending money feels good.
Well, it's
right?
what
And
you spend it
enjoy
on.
Maintain it. It goes back to maintaining
Right?
things. Like,
Bruh.
can you maintain it?
They got divorced 7 months later.
See?
A year later. You know why? The money ran out. But you know what came after the money ran out?
Anger.
The bill.
Resentment.
Bill and the bill and the bill. And he was arguing and fighting. Mind you, they spent that money in 5 months. So for 5 months, they were high. Arguing and fighting and arguing and fighting, arguing and fighting. And eventually they got divorced, right? And the thing is, like, I agree with what they were going through when they were enjoying the money. But what you don't understand is you also have to have the ability to pay for that money.
Yeah.
You have to have the balls and the courage to do that. So that's what happens. And you told me one time we were talking, you were like, well, you know, when people go viral, they get big-headed because they haven't actually
Gone viral.
experienced
Yeah. Before.
being on sets, being on this, being on that. They don't actually see the work that it takes. So what happened is, like, they're not looking for the work, they're looking for the moment.
And that's the thing. Even like music, right? I hate, like, so many people used to be like, all you need is one. I'd be like, yo, even yesterday, right? I was talking to this kid. I said, yo, you know how many? I've been on like 6 television shows. 6. You know, most people don't even get one. And I'm not talking about a 1 episode thing. Like, I'm talking about multiple episodes, right? And even one, I was on a whole season, right? So when you're on all these television shows, people think if you get on TV, you're lit. It goes up all up. No, it's so much more than just one moment. It's so much more than just one check. Look, I tell you right now on camera, my first big check came in 2018, or in the beginning of 2019. And I went to Alan and I said, yo, I don't know what to do with this money. like, I really don't know what to do with it.
Right.
Like, but, you know, I lived, ask Alan how I lived for 2019, like that.
Right.
And you're like, okay, like I feel like
It hurts when you lose
you
it.
got a taste of something, of a good relationship, a taste of love, a taste of money. This is my opinion. I feel like I went out when I was younger. I got a taste of money. I was like, I like how this feels.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to do to keep this going?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! You mean like 16 hours every single day? You gotta work,
Yeah.
and you have to do this, and you have to do this, and you have to do that, and then you're like, okay.
Understanding that feeling is understanding how women feel too.
What do you mean?
I'm with a man for the first time that has everything, or he's able to do everything.
Wow.
I ain't going back.
Damn.
I ain't
You're
going
not
back.
going back.
I ain't going back. So now the mentality is, real ass bitch, give a fuck about it. I need a nigga with the bag, basically. You know, like once you get that experience, it's like I ain't going
Yeah,
back.
but here's the
It's
thing.
easy to
And that sucks, but that's how it starts. That's how it happens.
But go
You
ahead.
find that one person that's like, just like the guy I was telling you made me feel that way. It's like, I don't ever want to backtrack and now be, you know, have the nigga that, have the man that's like, gotta live with me, you know, we gotta share this Honda, you know, like when I was just, you know, I was just riding in the Maybach. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing. It's like, that's why women have become a certain way, because they get an experience like that. And it's just like,
But guys know that.
Yeah.
Like Rico, you was gonna say something. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, and I was like, but the problem is, right? We're comparing right now somebody who's
Working.
worked for money versus
Right.
somebody who was handed an experience, right? So the problem that ends up happening is when you work for it and you lose it all, it hurts. Trust me, I'm telling you, it hurts, right? But then you got to go get it again. When you have a man who gave it to you, right, and you lose it, see, people.
you don't care about the love.
It's not exactly. You don't
It's not
even care
about
about
the
the
love.
relationship, but then what ends up happening is everything you now do from here on out is conditional to what you want. Versus if I made this by doing whatever job I was doing, all I gotta do is keep doing my job again.
Yeah, right.
But it's not. But it's not.
It's not
It's
pleasable.
not easy for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, shit.
Well, like you gotta really like come on. Hey, let's be realistic, right? All it is, like, I don't like the fact that we just compared it, but it made a lot of sense, and I agree with you.
Yeah, that was really good the way you
Yeah.
put that.
But then going forward is detrimental.
It is. A lot of shit is detrimental right
But
now.
it
That's
doesn't
what I
have to be. That's what we're doing on 8 at the Table. We're trying to
Yeah.
tell people, like, it doesn't have to be. Sometimes you may have to marry a fucking mechanic.
Yes,
that's
but this
okay.
is also what I was gonna say. I
Would
was
you
gonna
be with a
save
mechanic?
this. Yes, I was gonna
Who
save
makes
this for the next topic.
$65,000
I
a
was
year?
gonna save this for the next for the guest.
Let's say she's here. The guest is here.
I will throw
gonna say
this
this.
pillow at you if you don't
Jada, you
answer
gotta
this
keep it
honestly.
trill.
I'm gonna answer the
keep it
question
trill.
honestly.
And this is gonna go into the next topic.
my
Shit, we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. Okay, all right.
gotta go.
Who's gonna wrap it up? You guys, let's close out.
So we're gonna save it for the next. We're gonna save it for the guest.
No, if you guys want to see if Jada answers this question,
We're gonna save
Watch
it.
the
you
next
guys
one.
gotta watch the next episode.
Do you want to see Jada get hit with a red pillow?
Do you
from
want
eight
to
at the
see my
table?
makeup on this pillow?
Oh, yeah, you guys will see it. We'll put it on.
Okay.
But this was a great topic. Hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you took something from what we were saying, and hopefully we actually did our job like we always do. But I know we did. Jada's back in the building. I don't
Back.
know what she's got stored up for the rest of the season, but she is here. We're glad to have her back. We're glad to have you supporting. Keep liking, subscribing, sharing, spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and we'll see you next time.